Эй, йоу, дорогие мои друзья, с вами Мунлайт и добро пожаловать на стрим по Genshin Impact. Закончили мы с вами, как вы помните, на прошлом стриме весь сюжет. У нас остались теперь задания легенд. Будем мы с вами теперь проходить их, потому что в ожидании контента больше нам ничего не остается. У нас накопилось задание легенд, задание мира, плюс у нас ивент, там какой-то бойцовский клуб запустили. Запустили его еще на прошлой неделе, мы как-то этот момент просмотрели. Ну как просмотрели? Я-то упомянул, но благополучно на это положил. В общем, сегодня будем с вами разбираться со всем оставшимся контентом, который у нас есть в игре, получать от этого удовольствие, ну и, конечно же, общаться. В общем, дорогие мои зрители, несите чайок, кофеёк, вкусняшки всякие, какие вы там любите. Сегодня прекрасный субботний вечер, а мы начинаем. Музыку, как обычно, мы тормозим. Она, конечно, классная, веселая, прекрасная, но нет. И вперед! На поиски приключений. У нас прекрасный город Манштадт. Я не знаю, откровенно, что я тут забыл, почему я остановился тут. Мне это неведомо. Меня вела дорога приключений, скажем так. Ну и задание легенд. Приветствую, Андрей. Откровенно, я не знаю, в каком порядке их проходить. Начать с конца, начать с начала. Но я полагаю, что давайте мы начнем с Ливе. Собственно, почему с Ливе? У нас сейчас осталось очень много квестов в Сумеру, в том числе и квесты Аронар, которых дохренища просто. И если мы сейчас начнем проходить Сумеру, то есть вот эти вот всякие Тиграни, Сайна, Нилу, мы уйдем потом в Инадзуму, потом вернемся в Ливе, и как бы мы уже забудем, что там было в Сумеру. Поэтому я предлагаю начать с Ливе, и потом, чтобы прийти, конечно же, прийти к Сумеру. Вновь вернуться в эту прекрасную локацию. Итак, у нас история древности, глава 1. Кстати, о Бронарах. Нужно отдельный стрим. Зачем? Зачем? Так. Как там было? Золотой шакал, финек, бренный мир. Вот, история древности. Соляной цветок. Причем тут, кстати, где-то недалеко вся туса происходит. Нет, далеко. А показывает всего сколько? 3000. Мне показалось всего 300 метров. Товарищ Андрей тут. Там мне надо с кем-то поделиться. Чем тебе надо поделиться? Своим сном. Слушай, могу организовать помощь и поделиться какой-нибудь торжественной пиздюлиной. Ну, по доброте душевной. Ну, а так рассказывай, высказывай. Приветствую, вот Фокс. Да, ну что, мы будем телепортироваться? Нет сегодня. Как у вас дела-то? Как учебная-рабочая неделя-то прошли? Кто чем занимался? У кого какие достижения? Я вот решил во второй раз за этот месяц заболеть. А у меня каникулы. Везет же. Отправляйтесь на бисерный паром. На бисерный паром, я насколько помню, чтобы долететь, нужно вон с той горы прыгать. Или не с той, но с какой-то. А вообще, если честно, я уже не помню, с какой горы там надо было стекать. Но я помню, что мы туда однозначно летели не с горы. Я вплавь только не на шифте. Нет, я вон с того уступа стегал вроде бы. Или вот с этого, не помню точно. Какого-то из этих двух уступов я прыгал. А, ну с этого я точно не прыгну, он у нас в красной зоне находится, значит, с вон того. Ну, тут у нас ресурсы нас ждут, которые мы, конечно же, не будем собирать. Начинается все с прогулки в каком-то парке, который был вокруг здания. Не помню, что там ходил, но ко мне или не ко мне подошла пожилая женщина с детьми, коляской, вроде спросила дорогу. Ага. Даже как истинный джентльмен... Смотрите, какой куст красивый. Ты же как истинный джентльмен проводил ее до храма Суанеш, правильно? Вот почему нельзя сюда сделать телепорт? Почему на корабль Бэйдоу есть телепорт? На Нефритовый дворец есть телепорт? А сюда нету.
Oh, I didn't think I would see you here.
Are these two your friends?
Я уже и забыл, как он
Yes, we had the
разговаривает.
fortune of meeting not too long ago. They are quite a knowledgeable and talented pair, and a pleasure to be around. Traveler, we were just discussing the history of Rex Lapis. Would you like to listen?
This, good sir, seems not to appreciate the almighty power of the Lord of Geo. As a professional archaeologist, we are discussing the whereabouts of the first Mora.
The first Mora?
As everyone knows, the Lord of Geo taught the ancient people of Liyue the craft of smelting, creating goods that allowed them to develop trade. Today, Liyue holds the sole right to cast Mora in the entire continent of Tivat. The world's very first Mora should have been cast by the hands of the Lord of Geo himself thousands of years ago.
According to my research, as well as my own hypothesis, I believe that this coin of unique historical significance has been passed on secretly through the years as a kind of token.
То есть Геоархонт решил развлечься
For
и...
example, perhaps the Qixing who control the Liyue use it in some kind of unknown ceremony they hold when they come to power.
Объясните мне значение фразы «от Израиля». Я ее стал слышать очень часто. Ну, синоним слова «пиздец».
No, no, no. My research indicates that the first Mora coin is not such a simple
Потому что
thing.
Израиль, потому что вечная войнушка и сектор газа.
Mora is a cat.
Там вечно какой-то
This
пиздец,
we
что-то
all know.
взрываются, какие-то террористы
Even
нас...
today, Mora is used in the mystic arts for its curious properties of weapon enhancement. The world's first Mora would no doubt possess the strongest power. My next historical treatise will boldly expound on the newest. That is, that the Lord of Geo used this original Mora as a catalyst.
A dagger and a sword?
Well, buy the book when it comes out to read the full story. For now, I will only reveal this. The one who
Ну,
finds the
плюс-минус.
dagger shall become supreme in Liyue. And the one who finds the sword may be...
I can't say I agree.
Hmm?
Let us not speak of the authenticity of the dagger and sword first. But Mora and money came about simply because they are a convenient measure. of
Андрюшка
contract
просто рассказывает нам этот сюжет ПВЕшной миссии с Point-Blank.
Rex Lapis just meant for Mora to serve as a catalyst for people to exchange and trade. The world's first Mora is probably just an ordinary coin created by Rex Lapis.
I think that Mr. Hanshua's hypothesis seems reasonable. Mr. Zhongli's argument, on the other hand, lacks...
No, I am not debating right or wrong. I am simply stating a fact.
Enough! Do you think you understand the Lord of Geo more than me?
I know but little about history, and I wouldn't dare to brag. But discussion is meaningless if everyone has the same opinion, no?
Well then, answer me this. Long ago, when Liyue Harbor was being constructed, the Lord of Geo taught the people how to build houses. The model home he used to teach them was completely cast from Mora, correct?
That is correct, indeed.
Okay, then tell me. Why would the Lord of Geo do something so extra...
There's a simple explanation, really. To the god of wealth and commerce, what material is easier to get than Mora?
Oh. Huh.
I mean, I am talking about
Excuse me, sir. I have some questions about archaeology.
Oh, it's no problem at all. But may my friend accompany us? Perhaps they could be of some help.
Of course. They can come if that's what...
Так, ну давайте. Куда? Кем поговорить-то? А, вон. Нашли, тоже мне нашли место потише.
What I'm about to say is a bit disrespectful of the Lord of Geo and would draw a lot of angry looks. So your argument just now exhibited a cuteness of speech and thought. Most importantly, you don't... So I have a question for you. Perhaps you will answer differently from other scholars. Do you think that all the gods that the...
Let's not analyze it in terms of good versus evil. Rex Lapis placed great importance on the integrity of contracts. So any gods he killed certainly must have broken some kind
А
of contract.
анимацию разговора мы не будем делать, да, персонажу?
Right! The Lord of Geo wouldn't kill the innocent.
But when I was doing some research, I learned about the legend of the god of salt. The god of salt, Havria, was a very kind god, but she encountered Morax one day in battle.
Ты без лично не понимаешь.
Morax used a rather underhanded trick to assassinate her.
What? No way!
This bit of history is a long story.
Don't worry, please tell me what you know. This event, I've already searched for answers for a long time.
Quite so. I don't know where to begin.
Over here, Mr. Zhong Li. I've been looking for you. Ah, so you're over here all this time.
Put down your weapon and stay back. Otherwise,
First of all, I'm not holding a weapon. There's no need to overreact now. I'm simply an archaeological researcher from Snezhnaya.
Что-то меньше.
the Fatui say that every time.
But this time, I registered with the Liyue Ministry.
И
of
арбуз
Civil
ему
Affairs.
заедать.
I could show you the official documentation if you want to see it. I will be conducting an archaeological survey here, the results of which I heard that Wangsheng Funeral Parlor had a consultant named Zhang Li with immense knowledge of ancient history and archaeology. So I paid Wangsheng Funeral Parlor a handsome amount.
So you mean to say that this is work for the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor, yes? Well, since it's work, I don't have a choice.
Of course you would be such a reasonable man.
Wait, if you were studying archaeology, can I go too?
That will give us a chance to continue the topic we were just discussing. Oh, and you should tag along too. This experience may be of help. It is a story from before the rise of the Seven. Although the god of salt has already perished.
Wait, this is an archaeological expedition, not a tour.
But this friend of mine has a treasure-finding talent, surpassed by...
Oh? What talent?
У этого Климента лицо, как у моего прадеда в молодости.
If my friend espies a treasure...
Hey, Paimon's good at that too.
Блядь, говорит, опять она заговорила, ёб твою мать.
Well, that is quite enticing. All right then. Well, let's go. There's no time to waste. When the overlord of the vortex was crushed by the Jade Chamber recently, perhaps something of interest was washed ashore. An ancient artifact would be good. Traces of ancient activity would be great. But a piece of the god's limb would be...
Ну, поехали. Каменный лес. Блядь, ненавижу я эти острова. Врагов много. Блин. С одного острова на другой перебираться крайне проблемно.
This place looks so ordinary. Can we really find anything
Huh? Paimon thinks it looks...
I don't mean the scenery, but rather that there should be something out of the ordinary. A big battle did just occur and all, and I don't even know where to begin looking.
Guyan Stone Forest is actually the perfect place to be. If you wish to learn about the legend has it that Rex Lapis threw spears made of large rock into the sea here. Piercing, after many years of wind erosion, those stone spears have turned into the unique rock formations we see now.
These mountains were the Lord of Geo's weapons?
What we see now is just the part of them that remains. The stone spears hurled by Rex Lapis, but due to the different angles they landed at, their large centers of mass, erosion by seawater, and years of gravity. So besides wind erosion, the initial collapsing of the stone spears also...
Well, a god able to fight one so powerful as Rex Lapis was...
Indeed. This is where the value lies in research at Guyan Stone Forest. Most of the objects from that time were lost to the
Так
sea.
что тоже пацанов смотрит.
But the gigantic waves created by the overlord of the vortex have given those sunken objects a chance to see the light of day again.
So you're saying that if we look carefully, we'll be able to get I mean, rich with archaeological knowledge and... Well, since we brought so many people, I think it would be best...
Okay then, I will go with my friend here. Although I have a smattering of knowledge...
Huh? Me?
What's the matter? This is your profession. Why are you so surprised?
I get it.
Не
I'll
нравится он мне.
escort
Давайте
them.
ему сразу хребет сломаем.
Okay. If we find anything valuable or rare. The ancient god probably left behind lots of elemental marks. Following them should make our search much easier.
Well, go ahead then. Use your elemental sight to look for any marks.
Ну, привет, пацаны.
Eat this!
Incoming. Got lucky that time. Don't blink.
Так меня выбешивает тут эта анимация после телепортации.
Incoming. Hey.
Вот это торжественное приземление. То есть, что она не приземляется, как Человек-паук. Так, хорошо, я понял. Будем по старинке.
By royal decree. Out of the frying pan, into the pot. Boba, get them!
Nowhere to hide.
А по кому я, простите, урон наношу?
Julian Stone Forest is a place where a god was defeated. And its remnants still affect the area to this day.
Да вы задрали. Откуда ты взялся?
Cut to the chase. By royal decree.
Вот это вот вынести.
Incoming. Nice and spicy. Nowhere to hide.
Блять, нет, тут слишком много врагов.
Speed of light.
А у меня получалось. Что у тебя получалось? Опа. Опа-ча. Пройти по крышку и заигрываю только пару лагерей. Ну, знаешь, это скучно. Блин. А, у нас же отряд вот тут меняется. Так, нам надо китсен сменить на вот этого молодого человека.
Time for some training?
Конечно, такой себе спутник в этой компании, но... Это сюда. А, вон та коробка мне нужна.
Swift and merciful.
Отстаньте, не буду я с вами воевать. А, сейчас еще вон тех. А я же убивал этот лагерь, я же забирал тот сундук. Почему он опять стоит?
They're gathering together here. But why?
О, дратути.
See that object in the center? Perhaps it emits the remnant strength of the god. That would certainly attract them. The hydromimic monsters. I have a contract and must put my personal feelings aside. Go ahead. Defeat them and recover the relic.
Schedule. You're toast.
Не люблю мимиков.
Born of ice and frost.
Они еще с океанида мне нервы попортили. Ах ты скотина.
Next on the agenda.
Какое нахер подкрепление?
All hail.
Блять,
My contract goes Access denied.
все. Никуда не пойдете. Ага.
No touching.
Мне кажется... Да вы твари.
whence you came. Forth, my blade.
Odd reveal.
Вот эти зяблики самые ненавистные мною мобы.
It's just a stone slab, but its design is quite unique. This should be enough to garner some information. Let's head back.
Так. По-хорошему мне бы отхилиться. Приветствую, Лидж, добро пожаловать.
Next on the agenda.
Ну, где краб? Вот. Проморгал я краба. Здравствуйте. Так, не. Идите лесом. Мне не до вас. Тут столько руды, из которой я могу накрафтить дерево.
You call yourself a scholar of archaeology? You can't even recognize this or that.
We all have our areas of expertise.
Oh, stop arguing. What?
This girl just keeps bragging about how she's an archaeologist, but she doesn't even know anything about the surrounding ruins. I even know more than her. She left me to rely solely on guessing, experience, to find anything valuable to take back. Ugh, what? Oh,
I've just been researching the god of salt, so I'm not familiar with sea relics. Is that so strange? And you kept asking about how much Mora everything is worth. Can the value of relics only be measured in Mora?
Isn't measuring their value in Mora the easiest way? This also matches the tradition.
Now, calm down. No need to make a...
Короче, понятно. Очередной фатуй, который хочет баблишко подзаработать.
What a shame. These objects were indeed washed ashore by the overlord of the vortex. But the stone slab we found, however, has a mysterious pattern and faint...
Quick, give it to me. At least we didn't come for nothing. The power of the gods, yes! But these other objects are certainly worth a little something, right? It should be enough to cover the cost of hiring you.
So, it's only valuable for research?
Not at all. My quest to uncover the history of the god of salt is but you? You're just trying to use archaeology to get rich.
Nonsense! I'm a professional archaeology researcher from Snezhnaya. I swear. If I'm lying, may the Lord of Geo strike me down.
Oh.
Ну почему? Почему гроза закончилась? Нужно было именно в этот момент по нему шмякнуть.
Oh? Why?
That's not an ancient teacup. It's part of Ningguang's collection. It must have fallen here along...
I see. What a shame.
See? You do want to sell these objects.
But, so what? Why can't I pursue wealth both intellectual and material? Don't be so simple-minded. All right, then. No need to stay here any longer.
Звездюк, а? Он мне не нравится. Давайте его отмудохаем. Так, соляные земли. Куда бы здесь лучше прыгнуть-то? Так, погоди, тут сундук стоит. Здравствуйте. Лично у нас учитель, куратор, воспитатель. Учитель искусств и музыки. Педагог-мучитель. И нет, я не читер. Так. Ну да, что-то тут далековато идти. Давайте вот отсюда. Но зато сундучок. Зато мы собрали сундучок. Что не может не радовать. А что это такое? Я что-то не помню здесь этой печати. Я, в принципе, эту локацию-то не шибко помню.
I heard that Salterai was once the home of the god of salt's people. Therefore, there's sure to be loads of valuable relics nearby.
According to legend, the people of the god of salt, Havria, but this legend has been around for ages. With the countless scrap collectors and treasure hoarders in the area, there probably aren't many.
Oh, good. That's just great. If I knew it was picked this clean before, I wouldn't have come.
About that, I know there's a ruin deep in this cave here. It's related to the god of salt, which is actually how. However, the ruin entrance has been sealed by a mysterious power. I found a mechanism that seemed to be related to the seal, but when I undid the mechanism, the seal wasn't affected at all. So at the moment, the seal's origin and how to break it are very important topics in my research on the god of salt.
Ну, Чжуна Ли, а не он.
I don't know. There's no concrete evidence. But I'm pretty sure the seal is meant to hide. The god of salt was a benevolent god, adored by the people, not to mention powerful. She wouldn't have any kind of shameful secrets. So, the one who wants to hide some truth is very possibly her killer.
This doesn't sound like something.
Who cares about all that? It sounds like countless treasures of the god of salt lie.
You weren't listening at all, were you? Even if there's a mountain of treasures inside.
Ah, but we have the illustrious Mr. Zhang Li with us. He looks like he knows.
This seal seems to be quite ancient.
I may know something about it.
What?
Over the years, I've heard various rumors with bits of knowledge about seals. Let's go take a look at the mechanism Miss Wanyan just mentioned.
Okay, since Mr. Zhang Li says so.
Это она, но с переходом титула мог бы быть и он. Блять, а там опять мобы сидят. Да ну ёп. Да за что?
No touching. By royal
Ну я же так хотел, что типа по-тихому там все дела.
Born of ice and frost. Blaze over.
О, говорит, Гань Юй мокренькая.
wings of dark.
Spirit Blade! Attack!
Давайте без ваших мокреньких гонюней. О, капуста с морковкой. Кто не может, не радовать, между прочим. Ибо у меня уже заканчиваются запасы хавчика.
Here it is. There's some debris scattered here that, when put together, look
А,
like they
где третий
definitely had to do
закатник?
with the god of
Ага,
salt.
прекрасно.
According to the inscription on the side,
Но это не я
if one looks for the
собирал ей
certain
билд
symbol, the secret to the
на
mechanism
гидро.
will be
Слушай,
revealed.
что было, то и собирал. Так.
See that? Although we activated the mechanism, nothing happened to the seal.
That's because there's actually another mechanism that must be activated.
another.
Let me lead the way from here.
This place seems familiar. Huh, I remember. I think when I investigated the seal last time, I had someone with a vision accompany me. But when we lit up all the elemental monuments...
That's because you don't just need to activate them at the same time. The secret to this puzzle is hidden in the lead Tianheng in the south, Yaoguang in the east,
Тяньхэнь на
Jueyun in the
юге,
west,
Ягуан на
Jingzhou in the
востоке,
north,
заоблачный предел на
all
западе,
desolate and devoid of
Сунце на
life.
севере.
Liyue is
Унылы и
vast.
безжизненные, земли ее
Even
велики,
one
но
haven is
пристанища в
hard to
них не
find.
найти. Юг, восток, запад,
To the
север.
north, to the east. Do the people of Liyue always talk in
I think I've heard this saying before.
Certainly you have. And the contents of this saying to provide a haven for her people, whose lives had been ravaged by the Archon War. At that time, with the chaotic fires of war engulfing the land, and that haven she eventually found is right here.
How sad then. In the end...
Okay, enough with these ancient stories. Now that we have the clue, hurry up and break the seal. Whatever happened...
Tianheng in the south, Yaoguang in the east, Jueyun in the west, Jingzhou in
Юг,
the
восток,
north.
запад, север.
With this clue, you should.
Эй, упыри. Давай все сюда.
Access denied. By royal decree. Frying pan into the fire. You're toast.
Все? У всех батарейки сели. Так. Юг, восток, север, запад. Правильно? Вон там у нас север. Юг. Юг у нас вот тут уже. Показывали, да.
Boba, get them. Open sesame.
Юг,
Oh, now I'm hungry.
восток. Север, запад же, нет? Ну, давай через... Попробуй. Ну, я говорю север. Вот Екатерина. Советчица тоже мне тут сидит. Юг, восток. Нет, запад, север. Всё правильно. А почему? Юг. Потому что я дурак. Вот почему.
Tianheng in the south, Yaoguang in the east, Jueyun in the west, Jingzhou in the north. The directions are the clue. Give it another try.
Юг. Сначала запад, нажал. Восток. Запад. Север.
Look! The seal really was broken! Mr. Zhang Li is indeed quite remarkable.
It was nothing, really. Now,
Я надеюсь,
it's
доплывем.
time that people learn the hidden truth lost to time.
Я надеюсь, мы туда доплывем. всё-таки.
Before entering the ruin, I have a proposal that will help us prevent the kind of senseless...
Okay.
I propose you two agree upon a contract, stipulating that we alternate who gets claim to each treasure we encounter. With only to show my sincerity, I won't be taking any treasure. This will just be...
Hey! Don't pass an opportunity.
I don't agree. I mean, you want me to split the treasure with this amateur archaeologist? No, absolutely not.
I don't agree either. He will only defile the precious relics left.
Well then, if the contract is not agreed upon, I will no longer. You will have to rely on your own experience to find whatever.
You have the audacity to demand this. Okay then. Even half of the treasure in the long-sealed ruin of the god.
If you want me to agree upon this contract, so be it. If we discover the truth behind the god of salt, you must judge it fairly.
I can accept this arrangement. Well then.
Иху. Слушайте, а тут симпатично. О! Еще один корляпис. А мне на кацинку не хватает. О! Смотрите-ка. Нефрит. Полуночный.
Oz, reveal.
Архон Солилец. Нет. Питерск. О, еще и колокольчики по стенкам развешаны. Сколько ресурсов тут нафармить можно. Давай залазь, дурный. Да, говорит, на стенах. О, там сундук я вижу. Почему он у меня сразу не отобразился? Ну и все, тут больше ничего и нету-то. Один колокольчик до сундука. Мне вот эти вот камни в форме гекса нравятся. В Исландии же вроде берег такими выстроен. О, сундучок. Вообще хорошо. Сколько я помню, в Исландии. А это мне нравится, слушай. Туда можно приходить корляпис фармить. Даже при условии, что он не шибко мне нужен сейчас. Мне оставалось там совсем чуть-чуть его дофармить, штук 20 на кацинку. Чашечка лотоса. Иди сюда, скотина. Сбежал. Посмотрите на него.
At the frying pan, into the fire.
Подводный медведь. О, еще курляй. Медовед-подводник. Да что начинается? Подводный огненный медведь. Это тебе не твои сны про зомбиков. Тут все серьезно. Так, ну оттуда мы пришли. Вон, кстати, колокольчик проморгали. Надо пойти забрать. Он мне, правда, ни на кого пока не нужен, но все-таки. Или нужен, не помню. Так, тут мы все собрали. Вон еще колокольчик, и надо на правый островок сходить.
on wind and cloud alike.
Так, надо подождать, а то не очень хочется утонуть. Вон туда надо за скалу зайти. Ты не дослышал, я тебе потом скину. Я все записал. Давай.
Unexpected, but welcome.
А, ну тут я уже все зафармил. Теперь нам вон в ту дыру пылесоса надо. Я понимаю. Соляные тайны. Печать снята. Дальше вас ждут не только сокровища, но и истории Архонта Соли. Экспедиция движется вперед, но у каждого в ней свои интересы. Ну, награды, конечно, такие себе. Ну ладно. Рекомендуемые элементы. Гео. А у меня нету гео-персонажа нормального. Беджуна дадут. А, ну и все. Тогда берем Барбару, наверное. Хотя... Да, давайте Барбару
I'll
возьмем.
take care of it.
И погнали. И сейчас с Барбарой начнем всех хилить. О! А вот и Джуни. А, он же у нас копейщик, точно. Опача.
Are these statues?
No. These are people.
Duh.
They were probably followers of the god of salt.
How did they become this way?
What in the world is hidden deep in this ruin?
Так. А зачем я сюда залез? Я вот хоть убейте, не помню, чем он занимается. Этот молодой человек. Дайте хоть я сколько его почитаю. Чжуна Ли уровень 82 из 90.
Osmanthus wine to...
Так, что у него? Покоритель вихря. Здесь урон взрыва стихии. Ага. Тут прокачано на троечку. Так. Быстрое нажатие приказывает силам земли создать. Ага. Заставляет вырваться. Каменную стелу, если не было достигнуто их максимально допустимое количество. Создает яшмовый щит. Поглощение урона зависит от макс хп. Наносит гео урон по... Я понял. Ну, тут падение кометы. Я понял. Угу. Спасибо.
Look at this. It's filled halfway with salt.
It just looks like a fancy salt hole.
According to my knowledge, it's no ordinary vessel. Although it is only half full, it is also...
What? You're saying that even if I pour the salt out?
Exactly.
Able to produce endless salt.
Finally. After all that effort, I've found I just need to pour the endless salt into 1,000 or 10,000 bags.
Hey! How can you use a relic of the...
If Mr. Clement wants this salt chalice, then the next object...
Of course, as we agreed. But how can anything be worth more than...
Since we have a contract...
Then let's move on, shall...
Слушайте, бесконечная салонка — это очень даже неплохо. Я бы, наверное, тоже хотел иметь себе бесконечную соломку. Нормально. Такая тотальная аннигиляция. А, ну тут по старинке надо.
Just a simple ruler. It doesn't look to be worth anything.
This, if I remember correctly,
Indeed. But the god of salt imbued it with another power. When you stick this ruler in the ground, the surrounding area will become covered in salt. Much the deeper it is stuck in the ground, the more salt will appear. It is essentially a bumper heart.
That's even better than the salt chalice.
Well then, according to our
No, unacceptable. I paid for and organized this entire expedition, and this girl has been useless. Why would she?
Oh boy, here we go again.
So you are saying you want to break the contract?
So what if I break it? Now that I've seen how the mechanisms in this ruin work, I know. Let's not forget who hired who here. Why
Because you agreed to a... Rex Lapis once said, ones who
That is one of your Liyue gods.
will suffer the wrath.
Quake!
На тебе. А, он же у нас...
By royal decree.
Midnight Phantasmagoria.
Access denied. I'll protect us. Eat this.
А вот теперь гнев камня.
I shall confiscate your treasure as well. You are not worthy to continue any further into the...
Oh, darn you!
Some archaeological survey. He could only pretend for so long. Hey, Paimon likes Mora, but
Clement's wrongdoing stemmed from greed, yes. But besides, when people see the object of their dreams, how many are really able to control? I think we should be honest with each other now.
Мне кажется, он все про это звездит, про то, что там салонка бесконечная и
That
прочее.
in truth, not a single member of this...
why do you say that?
Miss, you lack even the most basic archaeological knowledge, and can recognize naught but a few simple relics. You aren't interested in archaeology or relics. I believe those legends about the god of salt that you mentioned on the Pearl Galley are passed down between generations.
Okay, that's enough. Sir, you are indeed a man of great knowledge and talents. I seem to... You're right. I'm not a scholar of archaeology. I come from one of the 8 trades under the jurisdiction of our ancestors were those protected by the god of salt all those years ago, when the Archon War engulfed the land in chaos.
Oh, right. Now that you mention it, the people of Liyue very seldom use...
During the war, Morax assassinated our god out of envy for her power. We hate him! But this is Morax's Liyue after all. So I seek proof of Morax's guilt. He has blood on his head. We agreed to a contract that we will face the truth head on, didn't we, Mr. Zhongli?
Naturally, of course. But I must add, come with me.
Погоди, вот тут сундук стоит. Их надо забрать. А как забрать этот сундук? Эть. А сюда никак не залезешь. И ходи там упадешь. Ну так тоже неплохо. Но через стенку было бы лучше. Это то есть просто активация на сундук? Классно. Пока. Надо было за него залезть и с него лететь. Я понял. И туда. Не достал, да? Ладно. Нет. Такой себе человек. Этот ваш Чжуна Ли. Можно с него лететь, а можно заспавнить на финише такой и на него прилететь. В смысле на него прилететь? Я бежу. Да он беспонтовый. О, здравствуйте. Так. Ну, давай. Оп. Оп. Я посмотрю, что ты скажешь о его бесполезности во второй главе. Да, дело сейчас не в главах. Дело в том, как этот персонаж показывает себя во всем остальном. То есть я пока не вижу прям такого охренительно хорошего применения его, в кавычках, могуществу. Его щит блочит все, что ему дают. Хорошо, да, допустим. Щит переносится. Ну, еще куда не шло. Ладно.
This is a sword? It's a broken sword. This is proof. This proves that the god of the power of this sword surely is much greater than that of if we can repair the sword, then we can.
Two pieces of a broken sword. From an archaeological perspective,
Why? We were alternating claims to treasure.
Yes, but the only one object per claim clause still holds true. You can.
This.
Zhang Li, she seems.
When there's a contract, nothing can be allowed to slide.
No! If I only take one half, then it can't be repaired. And the power. No matter what, I must be faithful to her. Even if it breaks the contract, I don't.
So you are already decided?
Zhang Li!
That is to say, you consign yourself to suffer the
That's okay. The god of salt gave up. Punish me however you want. Just let me take this proof of.
No, you can't hit her!
Perhaps that punishment would be easier for her. As punishment.
Huh? The truth. You mean
Yes. The truth that I am about to tell you. I'm afraid to say that the god of salt. Rather, she was a small and weak god who yielded to all other gods.
what?
During the Archon War, the gods of this world used all their strength, but Havria instead chose to flee. She thought that by giving up before a fight could start. However, during such a long war, after making countless concessions, Havria lost all of her lands.
No.
In her last days, she had not even a single...
Not even a single blade?
This sword is not a relic belonging to the god of salt.
Murder weapon? No! That's not true! That can't be true! You're
As I said before...
Preposterous! You are...
Hey! Come back!
Indeed. Otherwise, why would I use the truth as punishment? Let's follow her deeper into the ruin.
Конечно, мы проследуем за ней, но сначала мы соберем редиску и мясо.
Are these statue thingies running? What will we find ahead?
Salt. And betrayal.
Так. Ничего интересного нету. Даже без редиски и мяса, особенно мясо, да. Между прочим, очень ценные ресурсы.
What are all these? What did they see? What did they... What?
Since you do not trust me, let us continue onward. That which lies beyond this door.
Так, а тут есть что интересное? Нету. А где у меня квестовая метка-то?
This is the scene of the crime. Havria's body dissipated, leaving nothing but these traces of salt. The story continues that some among her people realized at last that this gentle, kind, but weak god, the Archon War, was cruel in the extreme. Instead of consigning her to the agony of defeat, they...
What about these statue thingies?
No matter how weak the god, the power that flows forth when they are slain, those who could not flee, were thus those of her people who were untouched by this disaster left for Liu. Their descendants feared Havria's remnants and lived in terror that she had... So they risked their lives to come here, to break the sword, and offer up obeisances in hopes that her anger might be appeased. But they need not have done so. For how could a god who had never once resisted...
Even if this is so, I can't. This must be a lie. A false... Don't you dare try to...
Но...
Yikes. Young...
This is the price she must pay. Judging by how she appeared, I fear that she will struggle for a time. But even if she may not escape that struggle immediately, simply recognizing the truth is good enough for now. Indeed. In ages past, Havria's story served as faith in a god who has already passed will... So it is for Havria. And so it is for Morax. All right then. Now...
Huh?
Treading old ground, one cannot help but be reminded of old acquaintances.
Так, ага, вот и награда за данжик. Стрёмненькая, но награда. Когда ты сейчас бабушке скажешь: "Бога нет", она также убежит. Смысл тот же: доказать своими глазами, но верить не хочет.
Did I leave
Так,
my
а чё это у
earbuds
меня
in the
тут
truck?
чё это у меня тут остался за лут? Это еще что такое? Вы чё это? Так, и опять в этот грёбаный каменный лес. Терпеть его не могу. Слушай,
Wait,
всем нужно во что-то верить, на что-то надеяться и чего-то ждать. Поэтому, ну, это не всегда плохо. Люди есть существа слабые, понимаешь? Слабые — это одно, когда не верят в приведенные доказательства — это совсем другое, будто больше верить не во что. Ну, то есть, окей, хорошо, ты, условно, всю свою жизнь там веришь в некого дядьку на небе, который, сидит и воду в вино перегоняет. И тут тебе говорят: "Этого дядьки нет, иди поверь в летающего макаронного монстра". Ну, как ты себе это представляешь? И то, что люди слабые — это одно, а вера — это другое, не совсем то, что по факту есть. Понимаешь, людям намного проще заставить себя, точнее, не так выразился немножко. Людям намного проще сказать, что они чего-то не могут, что им не помог кто-то, чем сказать, что они сами слабы и немощны, чтобы это сделать. И также им сложно поверить в то, что они могут что-то сделать, и поэтому ссылаются на то, что им помог дядька, который превращает воду в вино. Ну, это, блядь, это момент воспитания, понимаешь? Если в семье присутствует вера, и она прям сурова, ты не можешь сомниться. У тебя нет другого варианта, у тебя привили это с детства.
Now, I mentioned before that many gods of old have been sealed beneath the Adepti have presently handed Liyue over to mortals, and Havria's time was even further in the past. The Salt Chalice and Salt Ruler that she left behind should not return to Liyue. To leave them here is to let them slumber. And I ended an era with my own two hands. I've always wondered how I should. History records, but history may be changed. This incident proved that. I need to find a better way of recording history. Stone carvings were one such ancient method, but unchanging stone, immovable earth, even one.
Zhongli.
Therefore, I thought of you, traveler. You are one who crosses the celestial atlas, and who passes through countless worlds. As long as a traveler like you is able to record what happened, then a backup of sorts will exist for times and tides. Now then, it is time that we consigned both the Salt Chalice. As I said before, this is the place
Как
to
быстро
rest the
меняется
remnants.
погода.
This includes Osial, overlord of the Vortex, who the Jade Chamber. Thousands of years ago, the Adepti and I fought against the turmoil that plagued every corner of this land. Guyan Stone Forest, where I sealed many gods with my spears. After so long, naught but folk tales remain. Osial, you and I were foes, but our ancient grudge is but a bygone memory now.
Я не понимаю только одного.
Has left behind be yours to subsume.
Как он принял форму человека?
And thus another spark of divinity departs from Liyue.
Ну, типа, даже не то, что как он принял форму человека, а почему он это сделал. То есть, почему тот же Осиал, вот этот вот архонт воды или бог воды, почему он в какой-то момент просто-напросто не принял форму человека и не продолжил просто жить? Ведь мы с ними пиздились. Когда было первое разрушение Нефритового дворца, мы с ним бились. То есть он был все это время жив. Почему он не мог просто... Типа... Why? Why? Не понимаю, объясните. Так, закончили мы первую главу. Задания Легенд. Открываем вторую. История Древности. Глава 2. Где она? Вот, История Древности, глава. Ну, типа, просто сам факт того, что, ладно, как бы Морокс победил, все хорошо, его все любят, чтят и все прочее. Ты, блядь, поверженная змеюка подводная, которая нахрен никому не нужна, сидишь в своем подводном дворце и такой, не-не-не-не-не. Я буду сидеть под водой, я никуда не вылезу.
As a matter of fact, there's one that looks perfect for you two. Uncle Dai is one of the foremen at Huishan Hall over in Liyue Harbor. He's hoping the Adventurers Guild can spare some manpower.
Его запечатали или вообще убили. В том-то и дело, что убивали его мы. Когда в первый раз разрушили Нефритовый дворец, еще 2 года назад на этом заканчивался сюжет Лiyue, его убивали мы. Почему он не мог до этого стать человеком, как бы, и жить, и просто... Потом черт, используя поддельные геопечати, освободил его. Разве?
What is it we have to do exactly?
I believe you'll be looking for
А,
workers.
окей, хорошо. Это меняет дело.
Ooh, looking for people?
I have no reason to doubt your abilities. I'm sure the details can be worked out face to face.
Вообще иди на Вики, читай, если про какой момент, когда там говорили, нахера мне надо. У меня есть ты, который мне возьмет и все расскажет. Еще и при этом тебя можно побесить, чтобы ты побомбил, доказывая свою точку зрения. Это же прекрасно. Ты так не считаешь? Нет? И, в принципе, я очень так, знаешь, грустно отношусь к фанвики по всяким играм. Потому что там такой херни временами напишут.
Ah,
И никто это не
You must be the adventurers
редактирует.
assigned by the guild.
Так что нет.
How could...
By the clothes on your back and the look on.
Right again! You're pretty perceptive!
In this trade, you need a sharp eye for people, not just rocks. Uncle Di can see what you're made of from a long. All right, my assistant should be arriving soon, so.
Whoa, whoa! That's why we're here!
Well, to tell you the truth, this is a very difficult matter.
So you think we're not up to the job?
It just occurred to me that you don't have all the facts. The incident in question happened in a mine, and it's a little out of the ordinary, to say the least. Mines are
Вот он
dangerous
уже
places,
тебя...
as I'm sure you're
Я в
aware.
этом мастер.
As such, I've enlisted an industry expert to cover all contingencies.
И заставляет доказывать свою точку зрения.
Last time I checked, adventurers weren't experts in ore appraisal or geological analysis. Besides, this guy's the best in his field. No matter the rock, he'll tell you it's. I'd go as far to say that there's not a soul on Tevat that knows rocks better than him. I'd be a fool.
You're a fool if you think you found Tevat's #1 rock expert.
Oh?
Because Tevat's #1 rock expert happens to be a friend of ours. Ha ha! Didn't expect that, did you? Wait. I bet Chjun Li is listening to the storyteller. Let's head over.
А ну зачем? Я не хочу лезть наверх. Это же... Да. Вот чем мне всегда нравился Андрюшка, это тем, что его довести можно парой слов. И он сам того не поймет, как он бесит. Телепорт. Дима, так быстрее. Ну, быстрее и быстрее. И что? Где этот упырь шарахается? Эй, ты, мудак каменный. Где ты есть? Опять, небось, сидит где-то-нибудь бухает. Я уже далеко за пределы ушел. А, вон он. Я же говорю, опять сидит, бухает.
In our last tale, Rex Lapis.
Chjun Li, there you...
Oh, here for a few tales? I didn't know you two were connoisseurs.
Oh, no, we're here for you. Do you have...
Ты меня не доводишь, да? Я могу начать бомбить, но я быстро остываю. Понимаю, что тебе доказывать что-то бесполезно. Все мы живем в своих субъективных реальностях, так что какой смысл их сталкивать? Себе же хуже. Но при этом ты все равно продолжаешь бомбить.
We need someone who understands geology. Take a look around. Is there... The requester claims to have enlisted Tevat's #1...
You appear to have taken his claim quite...
Oh, no. It's just... Uncle died. Paimon just wants to...
I see.
Really?
But I should inform you that despite my expertise, I cannot necessarily claim to... We are at all times adrift in a sea of learning. New knowledge should be welcomed with open arms. Still, I imagine I...
Stop it. Well, we got him.
Так что, Андрейка, не бомби.
Uncle Dai, we're back.
Oh. And this.
Yep. Paimon doesn't know who you're...
let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Uh-huh. So you said it's no use me singing his praise.
Is this the place?
Aha! Speak of the devil. Allow me to introduce my assistant, Kun Jun. Young Kun, these are two adventurers assigned to us. And as for this gentleman... Wangsheng Funeral Parlor's consultant. Mr. Zhang Li. I've heard about you.
I'm sure I recognize you. Have we met at the parlor? Wait, I've never...
Uncle Dai, aren't you gonna test them?
Huh? I wouldn't know where to start.
И побил Бублидумбой станешь.
Each other. If Zhang Li wins, he's the assistant. If Zhang Li loses,
A contest? Why,
I admire your enthusiasm.
I must say, you certainly have the look of an industry expert about you.
stop talking the talk.
I'm just saying it like I see it. Which,
So you're an appraiser, Mr. Kunjun.
well, no. Actually, I've already forgotten what I'm in Liyue Harbor for. I was standing by the... He saw me holding a rock and asked me a few questions. He seemed incredibly excited, even followed me for a while.
I saw him on my way over to Liyue Harbor, poring over rocks and muttering to himself. He looked to be very familiar with them. I asked him a few questions out of curiosity. To my surprise, he knew more than me. And
So deep.
Not exactly. Anyway, if it's rocks you need help with, I can most certainly lend a hand.
Будь Бублидумбой, почувствуй Бублидумбу. Бомби, как Бублидумба.
Mr. Zhang Li, what do you make of this rock?
A glossy exterior, with a fissure that could only have been left in the wake of a volcanic
A keen eye.
It's no ordinary rough gem. Fragile surface layer, black veining.
Remarkable! This rock does indeed hail from the vicinity of a volcano. I came across it in a market and snapped it straight up. The seller thought it was some leftover industrial Purity and geological rarity alone aren't enough to make a treasure. Some of the most precious crystals contain deposits of water or sand. In the moment of its formation, the crystal hidden within this stone shell captured a pocket of water. For water to be hidden in its depths, like a moon concealed within a mountain.
Such a detailed description. Almost like you saw. Say, you know.
Everything he said is true. Most crystals are born in high-temperature environments. Heat and water aren't natural bedfellows, of course, which is why crystals with water deposits are so sought after. Moreover,
Well, if Zhang Li said so, it must.
I've yet to encounter anyone with a judgment as shrewd as yours, Mr. Zhang Li.
I've seen many such stones in my time. I recognized it immediately.
Of course not. I feel I've met a kindred spirit here today. Uncle Dai, it would be a mistake for Mr. Zhang Li not to join us. Trust me when I say that his level...
very well. There is strength in numbers, after all. Everyone, follow me to the chasm.
Блядь,
There are
опять
men counting on
разлом.
you to find them.
Я не хочу в разлом. Там предразломные. Предразломные у нас бывает только состояние у Андрея. Если я продолжу его еще немножечко троллить, оно у него настанет. Я не буду этого делать. Бублидумбовое. Нет, бублидумбовое состояние он уже вошел. Ты что, мою жопу видел? Да. Когда его в последний раз полыхнуло.
Whoa.
This is where the incident occurred. 6 days ago, a group of us left the site to attend to other matters. When we returned, I led a team around the entire mine, but found no trace. That's what...
So 4 miners have disappeared.
Yes, there were 10 of us. We lost Long, Bold Sen, Brave Sen, and Mao. I worked with all of them.
Хотим тебе изменить ДСУ. Я свидетель.
Workers in this trade are usually young men in the prime of their lives. Could it be that the four of them left for another mine?
Unlikely. There's no other lodging for miles around, and we didn't pass any other mines on the way over.
Моя песня даже в рутине не отображается. Какая твоя песня?
Such a huge mine. Did you really manage to explore every corner?
Гомогейские темы шучу, а вы не понимаете.
Underground, overground, we left no stone unturned.
We'll need to explore the site ourselves before extracting any conclusions.
Very well. I'll wait here. Please, proceed wherever you'd like.
Ладно, хоть ты не вспомнила анекдот про бабку и негра в магазине.
So strange. How could the four of them just suddenly disappear? Over here! What's this? A pile of
A few everyday items.
One? Huh. That seems right. These must be spares, right? Look,
The four of them have been gone for 6 days without a change of clothes.
there's also a few handkerchiefs and some soap lying around. Oh, and some tool belts.
Items for washing one's face.
So, they didn't take any supply.
Correct. Improbable. There are 4 pickaxes missing. They had time to take their tools, but not their everyday items? Curious.
Я видел этот анекдот, действие Бриклберри называется.
Tools, but leave their luggage behind.
One, they were working close by and didn't need to move their personal effects. But seeing as they've yet to... Or 2, they were forced to leave and had...
Oh.
It's certainly a possibility.
If they didn't leave, maybe they were made to leave. Let's look around first and see if we can find any
Ничего, такие
clues.
кирочки у них, конечно. Так, ну-ка отошел от моего этого...
Kunjun,
Oh, right on time.
Как его там зовут, этот камушек оранжевый, не
Did you
помню.
find
Корляпис.
anything?
There's a chunk of ore here. Perhaps there are clues within.
or what does it have to do?
Let's find out. I'll give it a try. Okay.
Опять девчонка с рогами.
Looks like he's concentrating really hard.
I see. 4.
A child?
Не, кстати, Муна, как ты меня троллишь? Бомбил я в прошлый раз из-за всратого трейлера Сумера, но из-за тебя никогда. Просто это как будто из ниоткуда появилось. Объясни. Слушай, мне достаточно напомнить тебе твой чудный бомбеж по поводу Last of Us ремейка.
I'm not sure.
Also, how did you...
Oh, I don't mean see in the traditional sense. I can perceive the...
Huh?
Perceive? So there's no...
You mean you can put your...
I've always sensed that ore contains memories. Sometimes it records events that occur in the...
Amazing! So you can...
It depends on the ore. Some ores have astounding memories. Others, like iron ore and white iron ore, aren't. Core lapis and crystal memories are much stronger. They record more.
Stone seeing. Fascinating.
I'm glad I can be. Based on what I saw, I believe they followed this path.
This will take us north, away from the mine.
North. Another...
Но вообще, если честно, достаточно привести тебе пару весомых аргументов, не соглашаясь с какой-нибудь твоей теорией, и тебя начинает прям изрядно бомбить. Ну, так просто. Наблюдение со стороны. Так, где
Time
вот
for some
этот
training?
челодой маловек? В смысле? Отдай корляпис. Учий, сын. Так. Так, ты иди сюда. Ты слишком ценный ресурс, чтобы мимо тебя ходить. Так, не-не-не-не, морковка, с тобой я драться не буду. Так, и отряд я сейчас не сменю, потому что у меня бой. Ладно. А, погоди, а зачем я сюда иду-то? То есть ты действительно думаешь, что я сейчас возьму и начну тебе накидывать все варианты, когда тебя бомбил? Ну, ты правда думаешь, что мне больше в этой жизни заняться нечем?
Excuse me, sir. Are you one of the workers here?
Наивный глупец.
Ah, yes, yes. You must be here about the disappearance. I don't know what happened. The weather was gloomy that day. I stayed behind with the other four. After a while, I decided to take a break. I ended up falling asleep in the shelter inside. When I woke up, there was no sight of them. I don't... maybe...
So the men that were out working disappeared, with the only one left. Perhaps an accident occurred on site.
What an on-site accident.
Геншин играешь, не выпендривайся. Вот именно, я играю в Геншин, получаю от этого удовольствие. И наблюдаю, как ты в чатике наводишь суматоху.
You're back. How are the...
We found 3 clues in the First, there are 4 missing pickaxes, yet everyday items are still in their place. This suggests that...
Forced to? But who would...
Who indeed? Second, there were 5 workers at the mine. One of them... Those who kept working all disappeared. The one who left early emerged safe and sound.
Now that you mention it, I recall Bravo's... Could someone have entered the site?
This leads me to my third point. Mr. Kun-jun here made good use of his,
A child? But there are no settlements here for my...
Unlikely as it sounds.
Where did they go?
We believe that they followed the road north, away from...
North? Right. I'll rally my men and head in pursuit. You've been invaluable to the
О,
investigation,
чё-то.
but leave the legwork to us. If we set off now and make haste, we might be able to...
Not so fast. The incident occurred 6 days ago.
You're right. New plan. I'll lead my... There are only a few settlements around here with lodging for the night. In the meantime, you could keep looking for clues. If we don't see each other, let's reconvene at Wangshu Inn tomorrow.
Agreed.
All right. Me and my men...
Подожди, но постоялый двор Ваншу уже вообще в другом месте.
So, they're gonna talk to the people of...
Correct.
But there aren't any more clues at the
Wait.
Huh? Oh yeah! Where's Kunjun?
Так, пока можно, надо отряд поменять.
Wish me luck.
Андрюшка, я тебе открою секрет. Тебя бомбит не от того, что люди вокруг тупые. Тебя бомбит от того, что люди не согласны с твоей точки зрения. И пока что этого было больше на моих глазах, уж поверь мне.
Apologies. I'm conducting a quick search for my own benefit. I'm looking for...
Dragonfall. Dragonfall is often used in fort.
I'm sorry. I don't recall why I'm seeking it. In fact, I've been feeling extremely anxious.
Oh, Paimon knows that feeling. When you know...
I don't even know where to start with it. It sounded so familiar to me, as if whatever it was I had to do was lit. Perhaps if I can retrieve some, I'll remember what...
I see. If I am able to during our endeavor, I will...
Really? Oh.
Think nothing of it.
Shouldn't we get going?
Heading north from the chasm, we'll reach Lingju Pass. If this is indeed the path they chose, there will be traces.
Great! Let's have a look. Go, Barbara, go!
Ёб твою. Можно и...
There are tracks here.
Как? Как вы?
Left by the miner.
Let us make our way to the end of Lingju Pass. If there are no
Как вы их
footprints there,
увидели?
it would suggest that the miners are still within the...
По-хорошему, вон ту фею бы довести надо, но мне лень. Феями я как-нибудь потом займусь. И ты всех агришь на себя. Ногами по земле, крыльями по воздуху.
It would appear that they made their way through Lingju Pass.
If we follow their footprints, we should...
Ну и сейчас, конечно же, вот эта вот махина встанет, да? Ну, давай, заводись.
Next on the agenda.
Так, есть. Вот, все. Давай, на землю, скотина. Бум.
We're way behind schedule. Next on the agenda.
Еще один.
Oh no, the footprints end here.
We should inquire with anyone nearby. If the miners came through here, they may well have seen them.
We're way behind schedule. Next on the agenda.
У тебя должны сесть батарейки. Я тебе 2 крита сделал. Ты забей на них, иди дальше. Тебе просто попиздеть там. Не-не-не, я хочу навешать этому гаду. У нас слишком много разговоров. У нас мало какого-то экшона. Не надо его чем-то разбавлять.
A miner.
Каких, говорит, шахтеров?
Have you seen any miners?
Stop bothering marry me. Can't you see I'm
Jeez, whatever.
Облаками он любуется. Смотрите, блядь, на него. Ценитель, блядь, искусства. И природы. И разбавлять ты решил моим бомбежом. Одно другому не мешает, Андрюш. Одно другому не мешает.
It must have been about 4 or 5 days ago. There were a few men who came. Yeah,
4 or 5 days ago. It appears that they were moving slower than we'd anticipated.
it was so strange. 4 big guys with lifeless expressions. It was like they were in some sort of train.
Huh. This...
I caught a glimpse. Blue hair, short. I think.
And they took...
Yes, they followed it.
let's go after them.
О. Ну нет, тут драгоценный сундук. Тут грех мимо проходить.
Touching. By royal decree. Booba, get them. Eat this. Race you.
Access denied.
I will end you. As you wish, main foremost.
At the frying pan, into the fire.
Так, этот в минус. Ай-яй-яй. Понял, что ты делаешь, драк?
Ready?
Че убейте меня, давайте. Да иди ты нахер, а.
All hail. Born of ice and frost. You're toast. Booba, get them. By royal At the frying pan, into the fire.
Вот и все. И шеврончиков подфармили.
None of this will go to waste.
И сундук зачистили.
Race you.
И даже Андрюшкин пердак. А вот теперь, пока я бегу, Андрюшка должен побомбить немного. О, ниндзя.
Blur footprints. There's a person over there.
Help! Please save me!
Is that one of the people?
Ох, ёлки. Вот это там каруселька.
Questions later.
Чем их уничтожать-то, блядь?
Oz revealed thyself.
Access denied.
Эй, отстань, мудак.
Glaze over. We're way behind schedule.
Wings of dark. Race. Booba, get. No ingredients for me today.
No touching. Access denied.
By royal
Какие они нудные.
Those monsters were so aggressive. They must have noticed me walking through. My name is Wanyu. I belong to Liyue Shengyu Hall. I head up our human...
Huh?
A miner?
Yeah, we're looking for a group of 4. Really?
Yes. I set off from Nantianmen the day before yesterday, heading for Lingju Pass. About halfway there, I came across some people. I was in a hurry. I didn't get a good look. I'm afraid I'm not even...
I think that's all we needed.
I hope it's useful. I'd better get going. There's a conference I need to attend.
На научную конференцию. Через какие-то развалины, да? В мире, где есть телепорты.
Can we be absolutely sure that it was...
A child with a group of adults sounds
Hey, perhaps that rock over there can tell us more.
Aha! Paimon nearly forgot about our secret weapon.
It looks promising.
Опять ты заберешь сейчас мой корляпис, да, скотина? А он мне нужен, между прочим.
It's the same group, all right. They fought.
Mr. Kunjun, your stone seed.
I suppose it is an asset, though I rarely find a use for.
It's a good thing we brought our Kunjun compass along. We would have lost.
You think so? I guess it's been a worth. It feels like,
Кстати, да,
like
вопрос.
we're cracking a criminal case. It's a lot of fun.
Be that as it may, we would do well to keep
О,
our
смотри,
guards
машет посохом там сзади стоит. Даже два.
Four fully grown men in a
Почему
trance-like
полуночный
state,
нефрит можно купить у
walking
торговцев в Ливе, а
ceaselessly day and
корляпис
night
нет? А
over
хрен его
hills
знает.
and mountains, led by a child. This is no ordinary incident.
Oh, you're quite right, Mr.
That's not all. Our scholar was attacked by Geovishap hatchlings. We have encountered many clues along the way. So far, the miners headed in the direction of Nantianmen the day before yesterday.
Great! No time.
I left a mark in the vicinity just now. If Uncle...
Clever thinking.
Где у нас небесные врата-то? Это вот это, не вот это? А, нет. Слушайте, давайте сюда телепортируемся. А. Так, ребята, я вас вынужден покинуть на минутку-другую. Так, продолжаем. О, смотри-ка, лежит, отдыхает.
Over here on the ground.
There's a basket lying here too.
Hey,
Judging by his appearance,
should we wake him?
I can...
Sounds like he's whispering something.
it seems that he thinks there's a camp nearby. We should take him there.
Я надеюсь, вы не к Хиличурам в лагерь его отвезти решили.
How is he? He
He's worked himself into a stupor. Thankfully, he's...
Paimon heard him talking about
It's certainly a possibility.
Может, говорит, докопался.
It looks like there's something. Are these? Oh, I just witnessed the memories within these ore fragments. This person.
How he came to be here,
So he was kidnapped. But if they didn't need him...
unless something happened.
Ugh. Paimon's had enough.
Oh, wait a moment. Seeing these fragments has jogged my memory.
What is it? Oops.
Something.
As I mentioned, before I met Uncle Dai, I was in a daze. After setting out with you on this case, it feels like I was so happy when Uncle Dai enlisted you to help. I would never have managed to track. These are some crystals that I bought from the market. Not any old crystals, mind you. This purity is extraordinarily rare.
It's beautiful. Oh, and the colors change as you turn.
But of course, take it. And this one is for Mr. Huh? Is some...
On the contrary. I just had... But thank you.
I'm pleased you like them. It's nice... Oh, I see more rocks over there. You should all get some rest. I'm going to...
You sure like rocks, huh?
Ores are the crystals of the
Щупаю
earth,
камни.
the sediment of time itself. I feel at peace among them. Get some rest and call me when you're ready to set off. I won't be far.
Rest easy. I surveyed the area. Oh, however, there is something I wanted to discuss with you.
Huh? What?
Traveler. Does dragon...
You mean the ore that Kunjun's...
Dragonfall is an incredibly rare ore used in forging. The majority of regular crystals are formed in high-temperature environments. Dragonfall...
Вдруг они еще маленькие.
Elemental reactions can produce material up...
Indeed they can. However, only a minor... Dragonfall first emerged in the midst of a great battle, thousands of years ago. Powerful clashes of elemental energy gave birth to elemental crystals. And yet they are crystal creations all the same. Few and far between. Relative. Why is it then that a citizen of Liyue now wishes to...
Yeah! If he knows of its existence, surely he knows all... Weird.
There are those in the mining trade who retain a keen interest in Dragonfall. But for someone like Mr. Kunjun, whose motive...
Ulterior motive?
A conclusion that is presently impossible to reach. Don't forget, rescuing those miners is the primary objective. We're drawing closer to our goal. I believe we should continue to follow... When you're well rested, call Mr. Kunjun over to us. We should ensure this miner is settled here at the camp. Once we've brought this matter to a close, we can return and attend to him. I suggest we leave a...
О, опять прилег. А, а зачем мне еще один староцвет? Он тут. Просто староцветы нужны были в разломе, их нужно было собрать что-то около 10 штук и отдать главному. Он за это давал, не помню, херню какую-то, то ли деньги, то ли еще что-то. И то есть странная херня какая-то. Просто чтобы в инвентаре валялся. Здравствуйте. Вас вот мне только не хватало. Ну что, щупатель камней?
No problem. I'm done here.
Any results?
There are many beautiful rocks here, but nothing out of the ordinary. Then again, the memories of ore can shift with the passage of time and the changing of the environment. Difficult to say. I feel that
So there's never any...
rocks endure, but as eons pass, their memories are erased. Those memories that survive...
That makes sense.
Indeed.
Чашечек лотоса целый килограмм. А, я помню это дерево.
Such an immense tree.
And there's so many
Я еще негодовал тогда, что с ним ничего не связано, никаких хвостов, ни хрена.
This ancient tree. Let's conduct separate investigations. I'll take that area. All right then.
Kunjun, can you see anything worth investigating?
Well, there is this stone tablet.
Doesn't seem very interesting.
Huh. It's worth a try, surely. Let me see. Oh. This is...
Hey, what's wrong?
just a bit lightheaded. It's not...
Whatever. Paimon's going to investigate over there. Why don't you climb the tree and have a look? If you don't try, you won't...
Oh.
When has Paimon ever come up with a bad idea? Wait a minute. Paimon can fly. All right, Paimon will...
All of you, come here.
Huh? Zhongli's voice came from... Quick, let's go see...
Что за могила-то? Благодаря милосердным адептам на земле и в небесах царит мир. Здесь покоится злой дракон. Просьба не беспокоить. Эй, Морок, стыли это.
This has been newly dug. It would appear our answer is...
Is that a voice coming from the tunnel? Someone else go...
Compose yourselves. There is an unusual presence emanating from inside the tunnel.
Приветствую, лисенка. Добро пожаловать.
This is...
The missing miners are here. What are they digging for?
I'm afraid that this whole tunnel is the fruit of their strenuous labor.
Они хотят дракона достать. Злого.
Digging a tunnel to this ancient seal. Had they not been discovered, they would undoubtedly persevere to the gate.
So behind the seal,
Какие злые. Что у тебя за задание? У меня задание этот, Архонт. Вторая часть Чжуна Ли. Ух ты. Чпонь. О, еще один пылесос включился. То есть вот так вот, да? Вот так у нас теперь в данж зовут. Хорошо, я понял. Я понял, Геншин. Ё! Вот ты, конечно, динозавр.
So, the little girl is your power incarnate. But if you recall, Ishtaha, this is not how we intended for events to transpire.
Так. Конечно, заберешь. Заберешь, не переживай. Так, урона я по тебе не наношу. Ладно, хорошо. А ну отстань, дурак. Что, тебя метеоритами забросать надо? Да нет, вроде и так ломаешься. Вот твоя конкурентка пошла повторить путь. У меня нет конкурентов. Я добрый, милый. И со всеми дружу. А тех, с кем я не дружу, все равно уже на свете нету. Так, ну не, это мне что-то не нравится. До этого урона проходил получше. Ух ты какой. Какой-то потун, а, ну ты посмотри. Ну, еще и хвостом можешь. О, как не культура. Опа, здрасте. Ну и что ты вылез? А, нет. На самом деле скучно. Ну, наконец-то. На. Ну, не. Слишком скучный босс.
If that is what you choose to believe, so be it. He who bears the weight of memory is destined to shoulder the burden of truth, as it ought to be.
А, то есть можно даже не бегать, можно просто. Ну что, ну чё ты затопал-то? Да, конечно, смогу. Я и без Морокса тебя смогу уничтожить. Он душный, он потому что медленный, толстый и очень медленные атаки. Он еще и жирный при этом, при всем. Ух ты! Смотри, что умеет, а? Ну-ка, давай. Не сработало.
As you wish, main Fräulein.
Be crushed.
You're toast!
Crumble.
Победитель названия скучного босса.
The enraged earth
Born of ice and frost,
will not
for Rex
absolve
Lapis.
you.
Oz revealed,
I will have
На
order.
тебе еще.
Solidify.
out of the frying pan, into the fire! Nice and spicy!
From rock to dust, sooner or later. Fisher!
Ага, все. Обратно закукоживаем.
Morax, 1,000 years after you sealed me underground, you return for the second time.
You should call it by its name, Ajdaha. Fate.
Fate? Fate? So here lies the wisdom of the gods. Destroy all deemed redundant. Enlist tyrants to ravage the wilderness.
No. You have forgotten.
That voice!
Ajdaha.
Huh? Kunjun?
Morax. It's been a while.
You're...
Ajdaha. The very same.
During the battle, you imbued us with your power.
Yes. It was all I could manage. Forgive me for concealing the truth, traveler. There were things that only became clear to me upon reaching this tree. Allow me to elaborate. I am not Ajdaha the whole, but a fragment. Heaven and earth, yin and yang, opposing forces. You can consider the existence of me and the Ajdaha you see there to be a reflection of such polarities.
Инь-янь пошли сунь-вынь.
We are a schism of the will.
So there are two Ashdahs?
No, it can't be. That's impossible.
When the seal loosened, your power manifested in this world as a child. With this new identity, you were able... That's when it occurred to you. The loosening of the seal constituted an opportunity to strike back. Kidnapping the miners was all...
The audacity! Are you insane? If you truly are a part of me...
I was another power awakened with the loosening of the seal. Too weak to reincarnate, but strong enough to possess a human body. I was barely conscious. I couldn't remember who I was. Only the past would elicit a reaction from me.
I had sensed that something was amiss when you mentioned Dragonfall. Had your power been but a little stronger...
Don't blame yourself. I have changed beyond all recognition. It's been so long. A secret beyond all comprehension of youthful humanity and ancient dragon...
There would be no harm in it.
You haven't changed. Ajdaha was once a friend and ally of the Geo-Archon Morax, with a lifespan far exceeding that of mankind. The memories of rocks do not last long. Those memories that survive are rooted in powerful emotion. Erosion ground Ajdaha's consciousness into oblivion. Slowly, he forgot the Ajdaha, now incomplete
became irascible. What would you expect? It was humanity that attacked the ley lines that... This much is true. Which is why you attacked the chasm. Why you waged war against in the beginning, in order to open up new territory and increase production. The citizens of Liyue came to the mountains to mine. Erosion made us even more savage. No matter how we struggled, we lost the ability to coexist with Morax shared with us some of his power to prevent further erosion. And so, we became you. And from your will, I am your final contract. Witness the promise between Ajdaha and Morax. No! No! I am the remnants of Ajdaha's benevolence. The echo of a contract set in stone. No! It is I, Ajdaha, forged of elemental crystal, bearer of the weight and memories of the earth, older than the mountains and the oceans that decides. Morax is not an insect. A lord over insects is nothing but an insect in turn. You forgot yourself. Nobody held Morax in higher regard than you or I. That which you have forgotten, I hold here in my heart. If you all powers under heaven, rise and fall of land and sea. A star appears within the wild. A sun ascends as bright as... Strange. What is this feeling?
Можно они перемешаются, и у одного будет верхняя часть ребенка и нижняя часть второго, а у другого наоборот.
Snow falls on a spring day. In an instant, it will melt.
Это будет две аждахи.
And leaves no trace. Even. No, that isn't true. I don't accept this as. Perhaps it isn't, but it remains an inevitable. More axe.
The little girl vanished.
Are you satisfied, Ajdaha?
I had to make amends. Satisfaction had... So, Morax. You call yourself Zhang Li these days?
I do.
Well... I'm afraid old habits die hard.
As you please.
I never did forget your gift of sight.
I hardly lifted a finger.
And yet, you could see. You wouldn't know the yearning of a blind dragon. Searching for the sun. A pair of eyes. From Morax to Ajdaha.
Your power is nearly... Shall we get going, you and I?
Surely the pressing matter is still that of the mind.
Indeed. Hence the need to get...
Он теперь типа как отдельный босс будет тут. Потому что я видел ачивку, что нужно в кооперативе его забить. А, да, вон появился значок данжа.
So there you are. My men and I found your... We found Mao in a tent at the campsite unconscious. Huh?
Nothing. Pay it no mind.
Cave?
They're exhausted, but not in danger.
Right. Well, thank you, all of you.
So you're taking them back to Liyue Harbor?
That's right.
Can I come with you?
No problem. You rescued my men. I'll be happy to assist all of you.
Kunjun, we should be calling you Ajdaha.
Not I. Merely this body. Once I'm gone, the true owner will accompany the miners back to Liyue. Kunjun hails from a family of famous artisans. He too will be famous.
You always did have a great admiration for black.
Curious how swords and daggers are blind. Yet their creators see so much.
Ashtaha, I am no longer the Geo Archon.
I can sense it.
Today I am just an ordinary citizen of Liyue.
Even you met such a fate.
No matter. If that day comes to pass, Liyue must prepare itself to face you.
And how will Liyue fare without Rex Lapis?
Even without a god above, this remains a nation of men. I was once...
All life is shaped and then ground away by the endless flow of time. That's unimportant. Fate is ordained by heaven. You may live forever, doomed to a lonely existence. Yet, even this is...
I do not pretend to match your rhetoric when it comes to the subject of a life long lived.
Were it not so, you would have killed me long ago.
You've brought a smile to my face. When all is said...
That day in the chasm.
A heart of stone is a heart nonetheless. But I am the god of contracts.
You chose justice, but did not forsake your kindness.
The movements of the Earth Dragon can tremble the earth and shake the heavens. With your abilities, even at my full strength, I struggled to confront you.
Hence, my inception. Do not forget that I was there with Liyue's founder. The face may have changed. Old friend. God of contracts.
Thank you, Ashtaha.
My life is nigh on eternal. I will go on with the infinite flow of time.
You're leaving?
If it is fated, Morax, we will
Конечно,
meet
встретим.
again.
А вот сейчас я баннер покручу, вывалится мне эта бесполезная хрень с копьем, и встретимся.
Yes, don't be alarmed. In fact, we have yet to meet the He was.
Нафига ли тебе вывалится Чжуна Ли?
Centuries may have passed since then,
Да мало ли.
but events from a...
In our last tale, Rex Lapis was walking alone in the mountains. He heard a remote voice, unlike any
Надо вообще
other,
посмотреть, что сейчас в
coming
стандарте.
from a crack in the earth.
Most of the ancient geo life forms that live below Liyue are blind.
Старая платьишко поинтереснее выглядела.
The voice was sometimes sad and song-like. Other times it was loud and thunderous. The Lord of Geo searched here and there before finally unearthing a strange stone from the bedrock.
That's how Ashtaha was. I answered his wish and took him above ground.
The Lord of Geo took pity on the rock spirit and carved it into a magnificent work of craftsmanship, a vivid representation of a dragon.
I bestowed him with a pair of eyes to see the world and came to an agreement with him.
With his fingers, he made 2 eyes, quicker than words could tell. Lightning flashed and thunder roared, and a living, breathing dragon soared into the clouds.
I agreed to let him live among the people above ground. But if the day ever came when he brought ruin to order, he would once...
У меня сейчас есть один нюанс. Он летает. Геоархонт летает.
The crash of a spear brought billowing dust. The mountains and waters made way at the sound. The sight of a dragon bestowed with a touch the promise of rainwater blessing the ground.
Не. Он нашел вот этот кристалл в горе Геоархонт, сделал из камня, выдолбил дракона и вселил душу этого кристалла в дракона, и он ожил.
1,000 years ago, Ashtaha attacked the chasm. I tried to obstruct him, fighting him tooth and nail. During that battle, Dragonfall was born. Ashtaha could sense the stone. Despite being the victor, I could not claim to be stronger than he. And in his heart, he still retained an out. He was willing to be sealed away. But as the erosion set in, he forgot. Even I cannot avoid it. But there is something I understand better. The greater the power, the greater the danger erosion may bring about. The millennia may come and go, but even a personally sealing away an old friend. This is just one form of erosion. People abandon and surrender the things they love to pursue the right path. But I was a god of mankind. My identity may change, but my eyes will bear witness to the history of
You still care a lot about...
Call it, I must thank you both.
No worries!
Oh? About what?
Oh, yeah. So, not long ago, we met a guy called Dane. He told us about Conria and the punishment of the gods. That's when we realized that those events were connected. Zhang Li, you're a god. You've lived...
I cannot say.
Why? You can't even give us a thread of information.
I understand, but I must apologize. This is my contract.
You mean another past grievance? Like the incident with Ezda?
It was signed before it all began. I have always honored the contract. You two are friends to me. I can assure it brings me no pleasure to disappoint you.
Would you be ready to find out?
It appears your understanding of this world. There are many events of ages past. They have been eroded by time, forgotten by the people, abandoned.
О, смотри, сундук наверху.
But you are capable of finding them, and those who come to witness will witness. If you take the same road as that person, there may be more difficulties ahead. But as long as...
Ну-ка, где? Дайте залезть на дерево. Мне только единственное не нравится, что там сундук за красной печатью закрытый, как будто надо с кем-то повоевать. Либо головоломку решить. А, скорее всего, фею надо вот сюда довести. А, даже не одну. А где они? Я же их тут видел. Ага, одна вон на той ветке. Я надеюсь, вторая не вон та, вон, которая... Тихо, тихо, тихо. Ну. Давай, триггер, срабатывай. Ты куда полетела, скотина? Вот же ироды, а. Все сделают, чтобы над людьми поизмываться. А мне вот теперь опять лезть наверх. А, и все? А, вон. Решили, чтобы не рассыпалось, не дай боже. Так, давайте. Ну что? Куда это меня наверх хотела занести? Давайте вот с этой феей попробуем, может быть. Я надеюсь, что это не она. Потому что вести ее до дерева — это ж звездец. Вот это наверх полетела. Ну и где? А вот. Ненавижу такие вот моменты. Особенно, когда нужно куда-то вверх залазить. М? Такая милая беседочка. Куча неинтересных упырей. И главное, совершенно ведь не милых. Так, ладно, это все, конечно, хорошо. Дожили. Еще одни разорались. Это все, конечно, хорошо, но задание легенд. Ганюня. Так, Священная Лань. Священная Лань. Мы ее, кстати, уже начинали. Ганюню. Она у нас в каком-то квесте фигурировала. И нам надо было поговорить с какими-то девчонками, которые сказали, что она ушла в обитель архонтов. Ой, адептов. А мы теперь вместо нее дела работаем. И просили найти ее и узнать, как у нее делишки. Это я хорошо помню. Это, наверное, был первый момент, когда я ругался матом на эти задания легенд. О, вот тут можно какую-то рыбку выловить, которую в аквариум посадить потом. Сейчас прилетаем мы на вот это вот каменное плато. А Ганюня там в гамачке потягивает коктейльчик из кокоса. Радуется жизни. И говорят, ну какого хера ты приперся?
You two. I did not expect to meet you here. Is it? I shouldn't. I have left the human world. Please contact the Yua High Pavilion regarding matters concerning the commercial port.
Huh? You don't want to be the chasing sec-
That's why you're here? You want me to come back? I'm afraid you came here in vain.
What? Did something happen?
The clouds fold and unfold. The tide ebbs and flows. When the Adepti entrusted humans with overseeing Liyue, I knew it was only a matter. My Adepti blood makes me unwelcome in Liyue Harbor. I delivered the letter and came back to Liyue Harbor, only to discover that I had been replaced by Baiwen, Baishao, and Baishu. Perhaps that mission of mine was just a pretext to remove me. Since the Qixing gave me a chance to leave with dignity, I decided to be tactful as well. I appreciate your kindness, but after 1,000 years away, I came back to Juyun Karst. Looking at the...
Who disturbs the peace of these mountains?
Ну, приехала.
Cloud Retainer? We're...
One merely jests. One felt your presence the moment you set foot upon this land.
Wow!
Come here to chat about the old times with Gany Yuy. It looks like you get along quite well. A matter leaves you at an impasse. Not to worry. One is exceptional at seeking avenues for conversation. One has been one's own companion in idle talk for many a year.
Подождите, Гань Юй, это же которая там нам камень таскала, помогала нефритовый дворец установить. Что-то я ее попутал.
Yes. Since you are Gань Yu's friend.
Cloud Retainer.
Nothing to be
Нет,
ashamed
подожди,
of.
не-не-не-не-не,
You were
это
so
не
cute as
она.
a child. One is most certain that your friends would like to hear of it.
Oh, Paimon wants...
Little
Нет, я
Gань
ее
Yu
попутал.
loved when the horns on the top of her head were caressed, when one was still taking care of her. One was pestered. Plump she was back then. Why, when she stumbled while we ascended the mountain, she would roll down to the bottom like a little ball. The day Gань Yu bumped into a pilgrim was the first time so fearful she was that she hid in a rock's cleft for 2 days and nights. One found her wailing of a monster she had seen.
Ну, вот уж действительно.
Cloud Retainer? Forget it. It's about time for my training. I will take my leave.
One's intention was mere.
And you did the exact...
Be that so, but returning to Gань Yu, most gladdened one is of you. One cannot help but feel that remaining in Jueyun Karst, one will tell you more about her, if you... Most benevolent among all Adepti are the Qilin. They drink only spring water and eat only whole grain. But perhaps the mountainous dwellings of Adepti in Jueyun Karst might be too lonely for her human side. Under moonlight did one see her last. She stood by the precipice's edge, and upon the mist-veiled mountains she gazed. Her thin figure was immersed in the vast sea of clouds. One noticed her loneliness, and sought to convince her to go back to the human world. But just then, she said thus.
Liyue Harbor feels even lonelier than Jueyun Karst. When I look at the sea of clouds in Jueyun Karst, I merely feel the loneliness of a solitary cloud gazer. When I step into the sea of people in Liyue, I feel the loneliness of an inhuman that doesn't belong in the human world.
One did, by chance, hear this much of Gань Yu's thoughts. Alone, she will find her predicament hard to conquer. One hopes the...
Oh, Retainer's right. We can't leave Gань Yu depressed like that. Besides, Liyue hasn't given up anyways. What's that training Gань Yu is...
She has sought to reclaim her Adeptus side since returning to Jueyun Karst. At her behest, she should be in the southern part of Mount Aotsong.
Huh, is that so? Let's go take a...
Я сейчас буду спецназовца посвящать. Очень интересно. А с кем я ее попутал-то? Подожди. Галерея персонажей. Вот с этой я ее. Хэньхэ. Вот с ней я перепутал. Так, и куда мне надо? Ну, тут с телепорта будет проще.
Why did you come here? Considering the kindness you have shown me,
Yay!
This trial was prepared by Cloud Retainer. Its goal is to help me. The training is much to her signature style. I hope it won't make it seem like she is too unaware of the...
Is it difficult?
No, I'm aware of your strength, Traveler. If you're ready.
Ну, давай. Вот уж действительно, блядь, спецназовцы посвящают. Угу. Я понял. О, цветок цесин. Он мне нужен. Цесин тебе уже не нужен. В смысле не нужен? Нужен. У меня Ганюнька еще не поднятая. Угу. Оно еще и двигается. Нет, кажется, мне надо вот сюда и бежать бегом. Еще цветок цесин. Целых 3 штуки. Ну-ка. Ага, это рандомный ветерочек был, я понял. Неплохо. Ага, вот он. Тут подняться можно.
We've completed the task. What do you think? Hardships are a fact of life.
Ganyu, what were you planning to do once your training?
The training's not over yet. The part...
Huh? So there are more trials prepared by other Adepti?
No. The only Adeptus who can
Who is it?
Conqueror of demons.
Huh.
Oh.
So it's Xiao! That cold-hearted loner? How come he's prepared to...
I found him unapproachable at first, too. But he's already waiting for me. Come on.
Of course we are!
А там что? Наплодит мне демонюк и давай долби их всех. Зачем? Я могу же просто... Я же могу просто сделать вот так. О, смотри, вон есть какая-то фея на корне. Может быть, это она должна наверх подниматься? А, ну и, конечно же, квест у нас тоже тут. И сейчас запустится кат-сцена, все вот это вот, да? Да, подозреваю, что это вот эту фею надо было довести. Ты же сейчас не зависнешь вот на этих ветках, да? Скотина. Ненавижу этих фей. Но, к сожалению, без них не открывается ни одно сокровище. Ну, Уже хорошо. Ну и? Чё стоишь,
You're
молчишь?
half an hour late. I see you still haven't abandoned the wrongful.
I'm sorry. I had a meeting with.
I don't need your explanations and don't require any mutual understanding between us. I'm just helping you.
Xiao is such.
You're neither an adeptus nor a human. Always treading the line between. Instead of explaining yourself to me.
I have nothing to hide.
The body and the mind are one. If something worries your mind, the trial I've prepared for you will explore the true potential.
Yes.
Потому что он стою молчу.
We're way behind schedule.
Ну, давай, показывай.
The trial's begun. Paimon can feel it in the air. Even the weather's changed.
The transport coordinators will probably moan about the muddy mountain roads again, though.
Ёп!
No touching. Access denied.
А, мне мою гонюньку на пробную заменили. Так. Давайте мы просто устроим зиму. О! Ты откуда тут взялся? Так, ну-ка заморозится. Опа. А вы откуда тут пузырики? О, приземлился. Ты ее, конечно, натянула. А вас немного? Нет? Тут уж действительно прям уже снайпера готовят.
You don't have to report back to me. Seeking other people's validation won't. Only you can evaluate the result of this trial.
Xiao always has such strong opinions.
From tomorrow on, I'll start raising the difficulty of your...
Have to do what?
Another one of those pesky I'll leave him to you, Gань Юй. It's also a...
Pesky visitor? So even here there are those that...
Походу, бойца с редисками.
Oh heavens! Blessed be Rexlapis! I've finally come upon the... Are all of you the Adepti of this mountain? Great! My name's Sin Chung. I came to ask for your merciful blessings, O Adepti. I beg...
Oh, so it's a pilgrim. Huh. He can handle any battle.
I am also one of the Adepti.
Perfect! I didn't come in vain then. Although you sound... What blessings can you grant me?
Wow, straight to the...
Dear pilgrim, you shouldn't jump to conclusions. Adepti don't help every pilgrim for...
For free? Do you mean that you charge people?
That's not what I meant. What I'm trying to say is that it would be unfair to other people if you got everything you wanted for no reason.
Hold on. I've heard this all before. You're just like my old man.
Your father must have experienced it firsthand. The lives of the common folk are riddled with hardship. A person of your age should focus on work and family. Instead of...
Are you a real Adeptus? Why do you sure you're not one of those swindlers who pose as an Adeptus to cheat people out of their money? Ugh, how dare you reprove me?
He might sorta have a point.
Enough. Doesn't matter if you're a real Adeptus.
Nobody's stopping you. Gань Юй, don't let that guy ruin...
It's not his I thought that coming back to Jueyun Karst and devoting... But being questioned by him made me realize that I... But... I'm unwelcome in Liyue Harbor. As an Adeptus, I...
It's true! Just...
Alright. I'll go with you to Liyue if I'm proven right. I'll
It's a step in the right...
Так. Быстренький телепорт в Ливе. Я не знаю, зачем так далеко. Сейчас еще пешком до города идти.
I'm still...
Come on, Gань Юй, we're all...
I suppose you have a point.
That's right. Where do you want...
I've spent too much time in the mountains. Let's go for a walk in the port.
Happy to come...
Один раз так летел с большой высоты прямо на точку задания. Думал, раскрою план. Ага, хуй. Ну да. Задание началось, и перс умер. Помянем Байду. Все-таки ночной Ливе прекрасен. Поэтому на точку задания лучше всего приземляться ударом оружия. То есть там как минимум идет сниженный урон. Если с большой высоты лететь. Катсцена начинается не с самой большой высоты.
The smell of the sea breeze makes...
Gань Юй, you didn't leave Liyue for that long.
Well, I used to be so busy.
Вот если ты без плана будешь лететь и просто падать, тогда да, тогда тебя это не спасет. А если ты будешь именно удар прожимать, это спасает.
Well, when I think about my time here, I've spent most of it behind a desk. It put me in a certain mood, similar to the one.
Is that? It is! I wouldn't have thought I'd meet you here. You were always so terribly busy.
Lady Gань Yu, why are you calling her that?
Please don't also start calling me the. Allow me to introduce Uncle T.
That's all right. Just tell them the truth. They have done so much for Liyue, I have.
Uncle Tian is a member of the Liyue Qixing.
What? This grandpa? The same rank as me?
Hush now. I must ask for your fishing in the port and strolling about are the greatest pleasures of my life. In most people's eyes, I'm just a
Uncle Tian is too modest. He's been around for a long time. There's no one who can replace a person of such noble character.
What an honor.
Uncle Tian, please. A person of your standing should.
My apologies. It's not. Thank you for looking after me when I first ascended.
Oh, so you've been.
Oh, I was just fulfilling my duties as the chief.
Talking about secretaries. Oh, I don't know if I should bring it up.
Yes, she works at Yuehai Pavilion and she's my junior.
I don't know myself. May I trouble you to meet her at Yuehai?
With pleasure. Solving the Qixing's problems has always been.
She's back in character. Just like that, huh? Let's move then.
Сейчас, короче, мы обещали с ней просто погулять по Лиюэ. В итоге найдем кучу работы для нее, которую надо выполнять. Она такая, ну, блин, ребят, извините, тут такие дела. Все, я пошла. То есть вот, смотри. Если я сейчас просто закрою планер и буду падать, то я, скорее всего, умру. Если я прожму вот так... тут придется поговорить. То есть я потерял от силы процентов 20 хп.
I don't know why, but... Indeed, it has been a while, Huixin. I heard that you've encountered some problems and came to...
My father asked you to come, abusing his status as a member.
Don't worry. I'm always happy to help.
Gань is not only a competent secretary.
So, what can you tell me about the problem?
Where should I start? There are obvious irregularities in the tax declarations of two stores, Second Life and Wanyo Boutique, without any evidence.
I see. It's not uncommon for merchants to...
Well, is there any...
Naturally. I've dealt with similar issues hundreds of times. Give me a moment to consider the best approach in this scenario. All right. Let's approach it this way, then. Your enemy knows you best.
Huh?
If I remember correctly, Second Life and Wanyo Boutique are...
In that case... I know what you mean, Miss Ganyu.
Exactly. Let's start with Wanyo Boutique.
Yes, you're right.
Все собрал. Всего 2 штучки. О, сундук, смотри.
What a bountiful harvest!
Это который внизу. Этот усатый чел, который мне не понравился с самого начала.
I suppose you're about to place a big order.
That won't be necessary, Mr. Bolai. Wanyo Boutique's credit is not... Should we need to place such an order, we would...
What? Second? Ugh. That rascal Dongsheng. He's...
Well, Second Life's credit has always been excellent, and based on their tax...
Huh.
Is there anything?
Don't let that rascal fool you. I know his dirty If you don't believe me, show me his tax records.
You know Second Life's business so well.
Of course. Ugh, their every transaction makes my blood I'd rather lose money myself than see that rascal make some.
Well then, please look over this tax record. We'll review.
Oh, of course. Line by line and... Here that exquisite wooden furniture set he bought from Fanmu Carpenters at the beginning of the year. Ugh, look at the tax record. Not a word.
I see. He must have gotten rid of all the documents related to this.
I told you so.
But, Ms. Gany, he might have destroyed all the evidence, but I believe the supplier...
Aha, you're right. Master Lu from...
I hope so. Let's go to Fanmu Carpenters. Thank you for shining a light on...
Oh, please, that's nothing.
I'm afraid I can't.
It's all right, Weishin. You can stay in Liyue Harbor and finish...
Oh, that's...
Обожаю я эти мелочные разборки двух торговцев. Это не оставил. Может, книжка какая завалялась.
Welcome. How can I'm usually happy to take new apprentices, but I'm afraid I...
Kingsa really is full...
Hey, I heard that. Flying one?
Master Lu, we've just come to...
Why would the Qixing care about an old man like me? Well...
You're very direct, Master Lu. I will be plain. We're looking for proof that Dongsheng from Dongsheng bought some furniture from you at the beginning of the year.
Oh, it's about Second Life.
Sure enough, Mr. Balai was right. Could we perhaps borrow that invoice?
Of course you can, but I'm... I only do my woodwork and display. As for old documents and such, but some troublemakers have recently moved. Since you need that invoice anyway...
So that's what happened.
I'll leave you to it then.
Все, сейчас пойдем, всем наваляем, все документы принесем.
Take back the warehouse, find the invoice.
Wait, I think I saw one of those troublemakers.
Oh,
Чё?
It's one of the Fatui!
They must be plotting something.
Maybe they're the scoundrels who invaded Master Lu's warehouse.
Канарии, что захватили склад
Ever
мастеров.
since Osial attacked the harbor, the Fatui's reputation in Liyue has reached... We won't cause a serious diplomatic crisis by getting into some small scuffle with the... Besides, I can alt my intuition at...
Then what are we waiting for? Let's...
Ух, каналья. Подождите, так это же... Это же водник. А, нет, Фроузен это ледовик. А то я уже хотел сказать, что он просто ходит и поливает. Подумал.
I think you've had enough.
Plan?
We just taught you a lesson, but clearly you weren't. If you don't spill whatever your scheme, we'll be forced to use harsher methods.
I'm telling the truth.
If you're telling the truth, then why would you...
Fine. If you really...
About to...
Pick berries over there.
I must admit,
It's not an excuse. I rarely have a free morning. Think about it. I'm here alone, and Jinxa Village is nothing...
Judging by how he's looking at us, it...
So you have nothing to do with the occupation of Fanmu Carpenter's warehouse?
Fanmu Carpenter's warehouse? I swear,
So it wasn't the Fatui who took over Master Lu's warehouse after all.
I misjudged the situation and offended. Our exchange only represents my personal views.
Exchange? This woman, she's clearly aware that the...
Yes, precisely. As an alternative...
Paimon's in!
Darn you. How can you wear that?
What's your choice then?
I'll get back to my berries.
Вот такие они садовники снежные.
What a bittersweet end.
I made a laughingstock out of
Паймон,
myself.
конечно, жаль, но Паймон радостно.
I might have spent too much time away from work.
No worries.
Блин. Ну, в принципе, нормально. Ты что тут делаешь, девочка? Ну то есть мы попутали Фату с Хиличуруами, да? Ну, в принципе, да, они похожи. Птичку какую-то по пути еще завалили. Я, кстати, только что прошел 4 раза принца Золота, попытался в 5-й, а там разрабы прям не стесняясь навалили 3 урона за удар. В своем уме. Ну а ты как хотел? В смысле нахер? Какая подмога? Вы в своем уме? Кого? Опять? Ульта просрана в никуда просто. Я его так буду убивать 300 тысяч лет. Наконец. А это нормально, что... Это нормально, что у них расписки просто так валяются? А где еще искать-то? Во. Погоди. Да Норм, говорит, это же средневековье. Думаешь? Мне кажется, в средневековье бумагой не разбрасывались. Да и едой тоже, мне кажется.
I promise to help you and I'll keep. Look, it's the invoice for the.
Thank you so.
Agreed. How
Так, а где этот? А, вторая жизнь, ё-моё. Там, где этот. Да. Здесь продукты же можно покупать.
Isn't it? Huisin, from the. I told you that all of my transactions are included in the records. My tax declarations are scrupulous as well. I do hope that my business won't be affected by any
groundless accusations? But I sincerely advise that you cease this behavior and.
No. I'm an honest merchant. I would never get involved with any fraudulent sources of profit.
Haven't I made myself clear? Mr. Dongsheng, you've already been proven guilty of tax evasion.
What? Proven guilty?
He's talking without rhyme or reason. Must be time for the finishing blow.
Mr. Dongsheng, can you tell me what this?
It's an invoice. I'm Master Lu.
Do you admit to tax evasion? This transaction.
I didn't think you'd find out.
Indeed. We wouldn't have found out if it weren't for Mr.
Balai? That imp from Wanyo He's.
Oh? Mr. Dongsheng.
Просто, господи.
I don't think you'll need my guide.
Yes, thank you, Ms. Gань. I must say, your enemy knows you best. To think, you came up with this plan.
It's actually one of your father's, the Tianshu's old tricks. Pitting your opponent against their enemies and watching them drag each other down from an advantageous. That's how Uncle Tian managed to keep his position in the I figured that as Uncle Tian's daughter, you'd so I decided to use one of your father's tricks and.
I can see it now. I'm really grateful, Ms. Ganyu. You're the kindest mentor I've ever had.
Это святое. Ну да.
Ganyu solved both Huishin.
Oh, you've helped me so much. You must.
That's not necessary. No need to be so serious.
Я троллы хочу. Иди накрути. У тебя есть все для этого. Иди и приготовь.
The traveler and Paimon are invited as well.
All right, come on, Ganyu. Just say yes. Let's eat.
If it's just a meal, there's no reason
Просто
for
для
me to
риса
decline.
нашла отмазку.
It'll be my
Закажи.
pleasure, Huishin.
Actually, I've already booked Senor Kiosk. I need a moment to prepare everything first.
Сходи в магазин, у тебя их в округе хреново туча. Сделай из яблок. Ну а что, яблочный уксус, да? Чем тебе не уксус? Уютненько. А нормальное количество человек? Нас немало?
Miss Ganyu, thank you for accepting my invitation. And
Sure.
That's so kind of you, Huishin. You went to.
Truth be told.
Oh? If the.
No, I don't really need.
With pleasure.
When I was a little girl, my father. Even though I have the utmost respect for my father, I always admired how gentle and reliable you are.
Жратва.
I've only decided to join the Yuhai Pavilion staff because I've always looked up to you.
I didn't know that you think so highly of me.
However, in reality, working at the I can't compare myself to such an
I disagree. You're a great secretary in your own right.
Over the years, I became a mother to
Huh? So Uncle Tien?
influenced by my youthful ideals. She followed my at first, I was worried about her. It's not but after all that happened this time, I've
So, what made
the fact that she'll have you, Ms. Ganyu, as her senior, you'll help her, gentle as always, and tell her your mom would be such a beautiful moment. If it's not too much to ask for, she might still need your guidance and
Huishin, I never thought that I meant so much to you.
Но раз зашла речь о еде, у меня крайне примитивные и простые предпочтения, где просто картошка без лука и т.д. К примеру, ролл я никогда есть не буду, слишком много всего.
just like when you showed me my
Каждому
father's
свое.
trick. Having you as their witness makes people feel at ease.
Witness. It's true that I've witnessed thousands of years of but I've always regarded it as nothing more. Huishin, you don't know how important those words are to me.
Сказать спасибо ковиду, эта тварь изменила мне все вкусы
You've
и
made me
запахи.
realize that I share another connection with the people of Liyue Harbor. Apart from they rely on me. Except
Of course, you're irreplaceable.
That's right.
Hooray! Ganyu's finally cheered up!
Even if I've really been supplanted, I wish to fight for. I won't let you down. I'm going to fulfill my contract and keep working as the Qixing secretary. Regardless, I'll go back. I'm afraid that it might have all become a mess. No time to waste. Let's get back to work.
Good luck, Miss Ganyu.
We're leaving already?
Крабики валяются.
Come on, still.
Так, можно мне телепорт, пожалуйста? Так. Я полагаю, это будет финал? Я, если честно, ожидал, что задания легенды будут немножко покороче. Все-таки... А что там за лифт, кстати, слева?
Baisha, are you okay? Look who's back.
You even have enough time for leisure? It seems you three are a suitable replacement for me after all.
Not at all. We wouldn't have survived long enough to see you again, Miss Ganyu.
Miss Ganyu, we've missed you.
That's so kind of you all. Given we've only met once.
We've been praying day and night for you to return and take over your duties again.
To us, you're like an adeptus coming down to the...
Forget all our envious complaints from before. Just free us from this strenuous work, please.
Там стоял чел, которому пароль надо было сообщить, чтобы в нефритовый дворец первый раз попасть.
All right, I see. Please divide the matters at hand into government affairs, business affairs, and civil affairs. Mark out the tasks that haven't been started, and those that are in progress. I'll take care of the rest.
Of course.
Oh, finally.
Yes, I'd like to earnestly thank you, Traveler. If it weren't for your companionship... To think that I'd gained a human friend outside of work. I'd like to repay you when I'm done with the work at hand. What would you say if I...
Sure, but...
Если мне сейчас просто дадут гонюню, ну, вот так, я бы, наверное, поржал. А, ну да, проводник нефритового дворца. Все? Нет? Не поедем?
Though the clouds may darken and light turn to gloom.
Угу. Так а в смысле, он же теперь в хрен знает где находится от этой платформочки. В общем, дорогие друзья, я предлагаю, наверное, на этом остановиться. Остальное мы будем проходить уже завтра. Можно, кстати, покрутить молитву. Думаю... А, мы так и не зашли на вот этот бойцовский клуб. Но ничего, у нас осталась неделя еще. Мы сможем. Тут насыпали всего и много. Открыта новая область. Прям слишком много всего. У нас осталось еще... Сколько, кстати, заданий у Альбеда? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 штук еще. Но, кстати, до хрена-то на самом деле. Прям так. Хорошо до хрена. Но ничего, мы справимся. Стримов у нас еще будет много. До сюжета нам еще тоже не так уж и мало. Альбедо я фармить не хочу. На 3-4 стрима. Не, мне кажется, побольше. Хотя, кто знает, какие будут следующие. Так, давайте за камни истока купим 8 штук. У меня там 2 вроде бы есть. И крутнем на Нилу 10 раз. Ничего интересного. О, ну да, очень хотел. Спасибо, да. Прям вот. Секосно. Очень хотел еще одну себе сяночку. А то созвездие все вот никак не... Созвездие все себе никак не прокачаю. Вот. Хотел. Получил. Жарку в масле. В общем, дорогие мои друзья, на этом я предлагаю, наверное, закончить. У нас очень хорошая круточка была. Всем, кто присутствовал, огромнейшее спасибо. Всем удачи. Всем пока-пока.
I can't decide whether pyro slimes taste better with salt and pepper or garlic and herbs.